First day of fall. It felt cool out there, didn't it? Well, you wait. Tonight, tomorrow morning, it's going to feel cool and then some. We have a frost advisory out for all of the Snake River Plain. It goes into effect around 4 o'clock in the morning. We'll run until 9 a.m. Some spots could hit the freezing mark. That's 4 feet above the ground. You get down even down on the ground, it's going to be a bit colder. So even though your low temperature maybe will be above freezing, wouldn't be surprised if we see some patchy frost out there for sure. Eventually we'll warm up again. We're not done with the heat, if you want to call the heat 80-degree temperatures. We'll bounce up to the 80s for a few days at least, and that will return for most of us on Wednesday. And then it looks like our first weekend of fall will be a dry weather weekend, so good news there. Won't be getting rain all day Saturday. It sure did feel like, at least all morning. It should be storm-free even into next week. Our latest storm, area of low pressure, a cold front. That's why it's so much cooler today, and that's why things have dried out. This low moving off towards the southeast, making room for high pressure, surface high pressure over northern Idaho that will drop down and settle in, and that will eventually warm us up with temperatures warmer than usual here in just a couple days. So hang in there. Weather alerts, frost advisory, all of the Snake River Plain, eastern Lemhi County. Of course, freeze warning, where we're expecting temperatures as cold as 28 degrees in some parts. Afton, that includes also Cokeville, southern tip of Lincoln County. So FYI, if you're watching us from those areas, you may want to cover the plants, the flowers. Still not too late. It's not that cold yet, so get out there and do it if you have to. 38 is what we're looking at for low temperature in Pocatello, so you figure about 34 is the actual temperature down or near the ground. You could see some patches, wouldn't be surprised, maybe, especially in the outside edges of town. Certainly frost, a good possibility out at the airport. A little colder for Idaho Falls. We're down around 34 degrees, frost advisory, no wind, unlike last night. And not much in the way of wind tomorrow. That'll help us out temperature-wise. We'll warm up to 73 for your Tuesday. So day 2 overall, once we get through the morning, it's going to be warmer. Yeah, you just got to get through that chilly morning tomorrow. 75 will be the high at Pocatello, and no wind. We've had a lot of wind over the weekend. It's going to get a break from that. Temperature map, highs all over the place in the 70s for the most part. There is one of us, at least on this map, over in Twin Falls. They'll be hitting 80. That's a sign that things coming our way. We'll hit 68 in Driggs, 67 for Hyde Island Park, and it looks like up and around West Yellowstone, 68 will be the high there. We got mid-60s over in Riverton, central Wyoming. A few more clouds. They'll be closer to that low as it pushes off towards the southeast. But look at all the sunshine, just gorgeous for the second day of fall. Southeast Idaho Chevy dealer 7-day forecast. Looking ahead, looking warm. Starting Wednesday, we'll be in the warm 80s in the afternoon all the way through next weekend. Looking good. Lots of sunshine. Same thing for Idaho Falls. Maybe a day later than Pocatello. We'll at least be in the 80s for 3 days, right at 80 into Saturday. Rexburg 7-day forecast. Almost 80 Thursday. And then 78, but definitely 80 on Saturday. Just a gorgeous weekend. The way it stands now, yeah, we're going to have a nice one coming up. Blackfoot 7-day forecast. We'll be in the 80s for highs 5 days in a row. Just get through tomorrow morning. Of course, we have a freeze warning out for Jackson, Afton tomorrow morning, 28. And maybe not quite as cold tomorrow night. A little warmer, too, as we get farther along in the work week, especially during the daytime. And for the Central Mountains, we're expecting a high temperature of 80 on Thursday. Still quite comfortable, still in those nice 70s all the way through the weekend.